Thank you all for watching my Pecha Kucha. I've loved all of your videos. Got to catch them all. This one here is about tech and math, mostly for high school, but not the only path. We've got 400 seconds here and a lot to learn. Rewind if you need to, but I ain't got time to burn. Laugh at me or with me, it doesn't really matter. Though if you're here in person, I would prefer the latter. For many, math's a struggle. It's true, there's no doubt. Look at any high school movie for additional clout. When they were young, everybody wanted to learn, but they got burned. It turned. Now they might say that class is a bore, but it's because we've raised the floor. Having problems? Do more problems and watch videos galore. No more. Into this, we have enough apps to fill an abyss. Most miss. We give unlimited problems and the steps how to solve them. So as we've raised the floor, we've also lowered the ceiling. Best be believing. But what we forgot was that we need to ignite, excite, do everything we can to help set their minds right. We can't forget that truly we all want to learn. If we can light up curiosity, then we can just let it burn, for the more they'll yearn. When we forget this and jump right to skill, we kill a student's desire and will until we reduce their interest to nil. But still, From all this, a hero emerges. Graph a line and another and see where it converges. Even on the surface, a purpose. Instead of raise, we can lower the floor. Let all kids explore, learn more. This is just the beginning, just a graph, but we can do even more. Beyond just the graphs, so that's where it can happen. Let the kids try things out like on the back of a napkin. Now, as a teacher, you can set things up through Desmos Activity Builder. Think of the poor girl in class who's sharing out would have killed her. To have to share out and to speak out before all, when all she wants right then is to be a fly on the wall. But it's of utmost importance that we find a way to give her a chance to run through the fields of math, to explore, even prance, do a dance, learn to love math, and reevaluate her stance. We want her to know she can grow. She can do it all. Young girl, stand tall. Set the class up so she can grow in self-belief. Good grief. Of her joy, class had been a thief, but now relief. So how do we do it? To get from here to there, when kids share ideas and don't even care, we want them thinking, interest peaking. But that's a huge wall to get over. Public speaking. Kids have ideas that we all need to see, but instead of sharing out, they just want to flee. I have an idea, a question, but I don't know how to share it. Everyone's eyes on me. I don't think I can bear it. With Desmos, you can let kids share ideas without any fear, give their questions an ear, here, anonymize student names, and focus on the ideas the students just gave. Let the students' pride and self-worth remain and be saved. Present an idea from one to all involved. Talk about it as a class, evolve, problem solved. Because when a student feels safe, then we begin to focus in on learning. Then we all win. Kids can offer answers or share their concerns. Let it turn into a classroom where everyone learns. By this one small twist, it also becomes where we hear from all the students, not just the fastest ones. Indeed, learning math is not about speed, and if that's new to you, about growth mindset, you must read. In addition to sharing out, we need to hear from others. That's math practice 2, word to your fathers and mothers. It's powerful to see things explained another way. Today, truly, it helps all learners set their minds at play. Classmates seeing things from another angle, you can start to untangle your own thinking or possibly even theirs, but without intentionality, its presence is rare. With Activity Builder, you can share student thinking out to the class, let each of your students peer through the looking glass. You can build on what's good, value each kid's thinking, rather than focusing first on what's wrong and keeping the drowning kids sinking. At the same time, have the class discussion on how all can improve. Learning of each student is what we're striving to move. By sharing out safely, everyone can partake in the strategy known as my favorite mistake. You can focus in on what went right before it all went wrong. Get kids to value others and start to sing along. Hey, he knew that X and Y, that's easy to see. So now in their next draft, they just need to think about Z. They'll be free. Next up is feedback of the formative style. That's letting students safely learn from their mistakes in case it's been a while. We expect mistakes from students when they first begin. It's a sin to anticipate perfection instead of allow in. Learners to learn, to try things out, to see what's the haps. By giving timely feedback, we can start to fill the gaps. To be honest, formative assessments can be hard to design, to align, to look at, to go through, to get back to the students in time. But Desmos helps you do that. It's already there. It can be discussions, graphs, or responses they share. You can share things out to the class or pass and just have a side conversation with that one student real fast. The key is that you use it, that they know you care, that you read it and reflected, and that you're there to help them understand what they should be doing and thinking deeper. Help them learn when a concept needs changing and when it's a keeper. It's not just a score. That's a bore. There's the door. You can do it so your students learn and improve and hear you shouting encore. In addition, there are tools that Desmos has built, all stitched together to make a beautiful quilt. Similarities and differences is the way you should go. It's the highest yield strategy, according to Marzano. You can build a card sort with incredible ease. Please help students process, figure out what needs to go and what needs to stay. Who's to say? Students. Students today. Or maybe you're looking for something a little lighthearted. At least that's what I thought when I first started. Marble Slides is about getting them stars, like how this Pecha child was about writing bars. But then you realize that there's amazing depth to be had, getting practice, building endurance, students smiling, not bad. And that finally brings us to the Desmos version of the game, Guess Who? That's right, the board game from back in 1982. You can choose a graph or an equation that grabs your attention. Then your partner asks you a yes or no question, not to mention that for academic vocab, it's the greatest invention because students want to play it, but it also creates need for students want to vocab and use vocab and student excitement taking lead. Now on this last side, let me repeat the three main ideas. Here they come, it's my treat. 1, let students be engaged without fear. 2, let other students' ideas that we all need to hear. 3 is the feedback to get on track. And with that, my friend, we're all done. Got to run. It's been fun and experience second to none.